Hi, I'm beauty coach Chris Baglien. Today's episode, foundation. And today we're going to teach you how to do the perfect face. We're lucky enough to work with the beautiful Camila today. Camila, how are you?
Good, how are you, Chris?
I'm great. Thank you for helping us out today. You're a beautiful girl. It's going to be a lot of fun. Today's lesson plan, you're going to need the following tools. A primer or moisturizer, 2 non-latex sponges, and a liquid water-based foundation, which is better for the skin than an oil-based foundation. This is all you're going to need for today's lesson plan. Before applying the foundation, we first have to prime the face. There's professional products called primers, and you can also use a moisturizer. Today we're going to be using a primer, and the reason we use a primer is to make sure that we get an even application for the foundation. Or another way to look at it is to help the foundation slide and glide over your skin more evenly. We're going to go ahead and load our sponge, and loading is just a term that we use in the makeup industry to put product onto our vehicle. In this case, a sponge. In other application techniques, a brush. Once we've loaded our sponge, we're going to head and apply the primer over the entire face. If your product runs a little thin, go ahead and reload your brush with more product. Turn towards me, please. Close your eyes. Thank you. Now that we've primed the face, we can move on to the next part of the application, which is foundation. When selecting a foundation, you want to determine whether you are red or olive skin. Most people fall into the olive skin category, like Camila. I myself would be considered a red skin tone person. When you're picking out a foundation, you want to make sure it has that lying undertone. So when you're at the cosmetic counters, ask your beauty professional if it has a red or olive undertone and go with that. Now we're going to load our sponge. And loading is just another term for putting your product on your distribution, whether it be a brush or in this case a sponge. So this is the consistency you want to achieve. Just like we did with the primer, but now with foundation. I like to use a liquid, water-based, oil-free foundation, which is much healthier for the skin. Once our sponge is loaded, we start with the application over in the jaw area. This is where we want to determine whether or not it's the right color match or not. A correct foundation color should absolutely just fade away where you don't see it at all. And that is a great color match. Once you've determined your color match, make sure you have enough product to do the entire face. It's hard to say how much product you'll use, but in time you'll figure it out, and that way you won't waste any product. Turn this way, please. In a very gentle motion, apply the liquid foundation throughout the entire face. Be careful not to go up into the hairline, as we don't want to get product on the hair, which is a little bit harder to get off if we do. If we do get foundation in the hair, we can fix it, but try not to get it up there. Close your eyes. If you wear contacts, be very gentle around your eye. Also, when applying foundation to the eyebrows, go against the grain of the hair. This will ensure coverage on the skin below the hair. Don't worry if you end up getting a little product on the hair. We can show you how to take care of that in a moment. Also, make sure you put foundation on the lips. This will ensure your lipstick stays longer, and we'll get more into that when we get into the lip episodes. Close your eyes. Turn straight back. Once you've got a good amount of application on the face, make sure you concentrate on what's called the nasolabial fold or the laugh lines. This will ensure that you get coverage through here as well as in the nostril area through the nose here. A lot of people will miss that. Don't worry about covering the under eye circles if you have them. We'll get into that more when we get into corrective makeup. Once you've got your amount of product on the face, I want you to then turn the sponge over to the clean side and blend the product softly into the skin as well as up into the hairline. This will ensure that you don't get too much product into the hair. A good base match and a good makeup coverage should not look like you have a mask on. It should look like just part of your skin. But as we talked about in preparing the canvas, it should create an even tone throughout the entire face. That way, when we move on to other parts of the makeup, we assure better coverage. Make sure your foundation goes to just below the jawline. And also when base matching your skin, make sure that you look at the face and the chest area so that you don't get what's called a floating face. If your foundation is too light, the head will float. It'll look disconnected from the body. If you go too dark, it'll take on a too dark tan, which is not good for film or TV or even print. It'll come off as too dark. Most models don't tan too much for this very reason. And there you go. You have a beautiful, even-toned base match. Thank you, Camila.